Oh, nice.
Yeah, perfect, right? See?
Yeah.
Got it that time. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the show. How's everybody doing today? We hope everyone is having a wonderful time. What's up, Dave? Let's get this party started. What's up, fellas? Hello from Seattle. 28 freezing, foggy this morning. I hope you guys, if you guys didn't get the opportunity to catch SideJag, the show that I do with Hi-Fi Vega over on the SideJag Network, this week's guest was El Fuego, and we had a great time talking about Ghostbusters.
The new one.
A little bit of everything, a little bit of nostalgia. It was an awesome movie if you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
and we did a great time. Thanks to him being on the show, it was way more entertaining. So make sure you guys check that out. What's up, Johnny?
Johnny.
Sup, fellas?
Sup?
What? Yo. Hey, you're streaming at the same time as yes, I saw that. Who? But to be fair, Bearvid's the guy over in Europe that fixes amplifiers.
Oh.
But to be fair, I think we've had this spot locked down for a really long time.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's been a long time.
Infomercial? I mean,
hello from Iceland.
Got to pay for this show somehow.
Yeah.
Why not do it with our own tools? What's up, guys? Unfortunately, I won't make it to Cafe. What the heck?
What?
Oh, that reminds me. Hey, you do this for a minute, and I want to.
Hello, Bobby.
I want to do something.
Hey, man, we sad that you're not gonna make it, but hey, man.
Next year, bro.
Or
come to Orlando.
Come to Orlando.
Yeah. Or Master Tech Expo.
Tech Expo either. Yeah.
That would be fun. I mean, if we're playing those games.
Yo. Finland. What's going on? How you guys doing? What's up, guys? What do you think about Matt's Pro Audio?
I mean, I'm not the guy to ask about Pro Audio per se because I'm not. I don't know much about. Really? Stop.
Are
you going to?
Yes,
we are going. Stop it.
Las Vegas.
I'm just gonna leave it alone for a minute.
What's that, Enrique?
I know. It's good evening.
What's
good evening.
up? Hello, fellas.
So speaking of infomercials, for those of you that don't know, there's this thing called Knowledge Fest. Knowledge Fest is the industry's one of the industries classes, conventions. So it's a convention, and of course we do a class there. We teach, and we're always trying to lobby to get people to come to our class, because the more people we get to come to our class, the more people that we get to, more classes we get to teach, and we like teaching classes. So we this year were like, hey, we've done this in the past. We're like, hey, we're gonna make a commercial. So we made a commercial. It's not up yet, but because they wanted me to hold it for some stupid reason. But either way, I'm going to show it to you guys just because Fernando is super proud of this commercial. And here we go.
Hang on. All right.
Hold on. Let me 1 second. Let me fix the audio on this because I don't want it to blare you guys out of the.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, I know.
What's up, Kevin? And let me know before you play it.
All right. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna play it now.
Hang on.
Why am I hanging?
Hang on. Okay. Hide it. All right.
All right. Good. I'm gonna play. All right. We're gonna go here, and we'll do this.
Are you going to Knowledge Fest Las Vegas, February 18th through the 20th? Do you do wheels and tires?
Do you do alarm?
Do you do tint?
Do you have a beautiful store?
Do you do amazing wiring?
Are you an amazing fabricator? But it doesn't matter because nobody knows who you are.
If any of this is true, make sure to join us Friday, February 18th at 9:40 in the Sonoma Sea Room for
snapshots to great shots. We will cover our method,
gear, tips and tricks, and most importantly,
a live demo.
And you guys are going to love this. I can't wait. Go sign up today,
and we will see you there.
Do you guys have audio? Yeah.
Hopefully, you guys had audio. Anyways, that was that's our little trailer that we're doing for the class that we're going to teach. We're pretty excited.
Yeah. So
I
if
mean-
you guys gonna be there, sign up.
What is Bobby saying? Do you think we're going to wear a sign on the back, pimping the Irish? No, actually, it's going to be on the front because the backs usually have backpacks, so
Yeah.
you'd never know it's there. We found that out the hard way. And we went, oh, it's got all the. We never get to see it. So,
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, holy shit, 26 in Kentucky. You guys are just merch is nice. We try.
Yeah.
Tools are better. That's why we have the tools.
Exactly.
But anyway, so that's our little 30-second spot that we made to try to, lure people in. This is going to be a new class for us. We're changing it up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Nando, do you ever see the guys at your old shop other than fix their work?
Oh yeah. Still see them. Man.
Don't ever talk to the owner.
Never.
Also named Fernando Lopez.
Hey.
That added some confusion.
Oh, totally.
And the reason why somebody asked that question, by the way, is if you caught us on Instagram today.
Yeah. Check the Instagram.
Those of you guys that love 911s, it's an F-150. Little micro 911 you might want to check out.
Oh, dude.
They'll have a good time. Good time. Always a good time. What's up, Fro?
What's up, David?
Hi, Dave. Which would you prefer, 6.5 or 6x9, and why? What's the biggest difference? Why should choose 6.5 or 6x9? All right. I think personally, when it comes down to this question, it has to do with price point.
Yes.
Okay, because very few, I'm not going to say nobody, because as soon as I said nobody, someone's going to go, well, this one. Very few manufacturers make a super high-end 6.5 component. So, when you look like a Focal K2 or a Morel Elate or Audison Voce or insert high-end brand here, they don't make a 6x9.
They don't.
So, when you're getting up into that, I'm going to say 5 and above price point, that only leaves you with a high-end 6.5.
6.5, correct.
Which is fine because they're typically, they're all awesome at that point.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So now we have to look at everything below that. So now if we're looking at, let's say, that $300 price point. So let's say, I'm just going to use Kenwood as an example and possibly Rock Kicker because they both offer this, where you have a 6.5, like a KS 6.5.
Yeah.
Or you have
Morel.
I was getting to that. I was getting. I'm building up to it, man.
I'm
or
like, what are you talking about?
Like a set of KFC 6.5 from Kenwood.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the small 6.5 and I have a tweeter.
Yeah.
Right. But for a little bit more, I can up to the 6x9 equivalent in both of those, and I will get more mid base.
Yes.
So I will get a bigger driver. It's going to move more air. It's going to be more impactful. And then where you were headed with it, Morel, which is going to be on the far end of that, if you have the depth for that 6x9, along with their tweeter, which is a tweeter that plays extremely low. You get this really great, loud, really wide band tweeter, and then a mid bass in the door that creates a ton of bass. It can play little super low. But I mean, you're just going to cross over at 80 hertz, but it has a lot of force at that 80 hertz, which is really nice. There you go. Or Arc Audio. And there again, I'm always going to forget a brand.
X-Types. Yeah. I mean,
X-Type is the closest, but apparently nobody bought it. Yeah. And you know why, Jason. You know why. You can't talk about it either. Anyways, my point is that would be the easiest argument for that. So it really comes down to price point and performance versus, when you have all the money in the world to design the speaker you want, you're going to go round. It's just how the cookie falls.
Yeah, for sure.
Hi, guys, from Canada. Could you guys do a full Sony ES mobile install? We could. There's nothing stopping us other than somebody from buying it and or them giving us the system to put in a car. So I would love to do it because that head unit is super sexy. But the problem I have with it right now and why I think it's not the right time to dig into that is because we don't have amplifiers.
Correct.
So really all we have is a radio and some speakers, no amps, no nothing. So I and all this stuff is great, but if I want to do an ES system, I feel like we need the third shoe to drop.
Yeah.
because we had the speakers drop, we had the radio drop. Now, obviously, the amplifiers are going to come. They are.
Yeah.
But until those happen, we can't do a full ES system. We can just do like everything with GS amps. And what do you think of having 4 8-inch and 4 tweeters on the Jeep Gladiator soundbar? All right. Remember the Dodge Ram I did before you started?
Mm-hmm.
Remember what was sitting on top of the 315s?
Yeah.
It was 4 8s and 4 tweeters.
Yep.
All right. And then there was 4 6.5-inch louds in the doors, along with 4 Neo tweeters in the front. If that is your goal, to be the loudest bitch on the block and let everyone at the beach, Jeep Beach Bass, hear you, then by all means, do it.
Yeah.
And then do more in the front kicks, because like DS18 also makes a set of door panels for that thing, where I think you could put 2 6.5s and a tweeter in. So don't stop at the sound bar. Yeah. Keep going all the way off the cliff, man.
You have
because they'll hear you when you're at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
You'll be like, damn, that was loud.
Yeah. No, go crazy if that's what you want.
Yeah, catching the live stream. Thank you. Evening, fellas from Illinois. Dark freezing weather keep me from being able to finish my fiberglass pillars. Yeah, dude. I'm with you there, man. Nothing like, and there again, I don't know how some of these guys do this other than heated bays. See, that's one thing we don't have here is heated bays. So like today was extremely cold. Mm-hmm. And on days like this, when I was trying to do finish work, like glue and dude, I'd be like, dude, we can't finish this. Well, no, it would take forever. Like you'd be sitting there with the heat gun, like heating everything up just so you could, and like the stuff doesn't want to stretch. It sucked. So I can only imagine how bad it is. And you couldn't even do it without being in a heated install bay.
Right.
I'm an installer in North Carolina at Crystal Clear Electronics, and we sell mats, DC and ARC.
There you go.
Give Vaughn, reach out to him, see what he thinks of the mat stuff. He would definitely, if he sells it, he's going to know. So I'm late. But congratulations, Dean and Fernando, on coordinating their shirts. Yes, they're both the crappy ones. We wore both crappy ones today.
Yeah, that's what we have.
Yes, I have a bunch of them. That's all I ever wear, so it's easy. Hi, guys. Greeting from the Netherlands.
Ooh.
Hola.
Hi.
Morel question. Want to get new subs. You guys know Morel. I'm considering the Ultimo Titanium. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Alternately Dyne audio. I don't know that one. Please, your opinion. I don't know the Dyne. I can tell you that the Morel with the 5.1-inch voice coil subwoofer, Neo Magnet, big, heavy. I have one sitting right under this TV right here. Mm-hmm. 1,000 watts of power handling. It's a beast. It's a beast for sure. If you're looking for precision bass movement, it's going to be hard to pass up. That's for sure. But there again, you're comparing it to a Dyne, which I feel like you're looking at 2 pieces of really good cheesecake and trying to decide which one you want. At the end of the day, you're probably not going to be disappointed either. Well, at the end of the day, you're not going to be disappointed because it's cheesecake, so you're going to love it.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you don't like cheesecake, insert whatever you love and have 2 versions of.
Are you coming back to Vegas?
We'll be in Vegas on the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. We will be attending
Knowledge Fest.
Knowledge Fest Vegas. Click on the Vegas link.
I'm trying.
There you go. Scroll down. Yep. And then just scroll. Use your little mousey pad there. There you go. We'll be right there.
18 to 20.
Yep. We'll be there. We'll be hanging out. We're getting in on the 16th in the morning. We are going to be staying at, you know the name of the hotel? It's probably on that page. Anyways, we'll be staying at a hotel on the strip, on the other end of the strip.
Yes.
I don't remember what it's called. But we get there on the 16th. We're hooking up with some friends of ours. We have some stuff to do, but then Thursday night, we have a dinner Thursday night. But it's Vegas, so you never sleep.
The hotel calls name South Point Hotel Casino.
We'll be there.
And spa. I'm going to be in the spa.
I would, right?
Just like,
that would be nice. I can,
excuse me.
We can do that. We got to fly in early and catch a spa. Ooh, it's probably closed because of COVID. Either way, if you want to stop by, nighttime is going to be the best place to find us because we're typically up until 2 in the morning, roaming the casino floor. I'm assuming trying to find a bar. You can always Facebook message me and say hi.
Hey.
2021 GMC Sierra with Bose system. What T-harness is recommended? So there is really no T-harness for that per se. Hold on. I have this still.
You still have that?
I still have this.
Very good.
So Metra makes this guy right here, which is the AXEHGML N30 and N31. These are the harnesses that are in your car. These were extension cables for their DSP. So they make a DSP, an add-on DSP for that. They make the basic, which at the end of the day, someone asked about it. There's nothing available for your car. So if you're looking to do a full thing, if you can't get these, they're GM's, their basic DSP, which is just like 10 bands of equalization and crossovers, or just leave it all off and just have it as a path through RCA. But I don't think it's anything other than a high level to low level adapter. So in that particular applications, in some applications, the Metra DSP does interface in kind of like Amp Pro style. But in this car, I believe it's just a T harness and they're using the DSP as a high level to low level. So if you can find that extension cable, you can cut it and modify it to work the way you want.
Yeah.
It's not plug and play. It's not going to be simple. You're going to have to figure out wire colors and stuff like that, but you won't have to cut your harness.
That's right.
You need Milwaukee heated jacket.
Did they make one?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do. It takes yeah, you plug the battery into it.
What?
That's an M. It's either, I think it's an M12. Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
But see, the thing is like we'd use it one day out of the year.
One day.
That's it. Just the one day, and it'd be like, now what? Crap. Because trust me, I'm trying to find the best. Like, I'm tired of hoodies. Like, there's my hoodie sitting right there, and I'm just tired of hoodies. Like, I don't know. Trust me, hoodies are comfortable, and I know they have like new hoodies because I went to Old Navy and stared at those, but it's like, man, I have a hard time. Like, I have like hoodies from every manufacturer on the face of the earth that I don't want to get rid of, so don't ask. And it's like, man, for the 4 days a year I have to wear one, I don't want to spend $100 on a jacket. It just, ugh. Oh well.
All right.
Coming down to the last piece of the car audio build puzzle.
What multimedia head unit would you recommend strongly? Right now, if you can find one, buy it. Honestly. Kenwood.
A big fan of Kenwood. Everyone knows that. We're big fans of Kenwood. I like Kenwood. I've used Kenwood. I've used them for years. I enjoy them a lot. Alpine has their new 407 that is out and semi-available. I know that 907s from Kenwood, as well as the big like 1057s are starting. I'm sorry, the 1007, the one with nav that nobody wants because it's got nav. Things like that are available. If you can grab a 7000 series, those are nice. The 9 series are going to be your best. But it's tough to find anything right now, man. Head over to echomaster.com for your what's a good backup camera. Echomaster.com has cameras upon cameras upon cameras. They have the largest selection of cameras you could ever possibly think of, and we use them all.
When my car is off, I don't have audio in my radio, and the head unit it's on. When my engine is on, radio works fine.
So there's a couple things that could be happening here. If the factory radio is still in the car and we're using aftermarket audio, the reason for that is what is turning on the aftermarket audio. So you have to go back and look to see if the equipment is actually turning on. If we're using some form of a high-level application, there may be signal source or voltage source turn on being used. So, for example, we have a product called an Ignition 3, ING3 from PAC. And what it does is it looks for the engine to be running in order to turn on the trigger. It's basically we won't get into that because I think it's confusing. But if the car's engine isn't on, then it's not doing anything. It's great for a relay underneath the hood. Instead of trying to find an ignition source, if you actually want to keep the relay closed when the engine is not running so that you don't kill your front battery, by drawing tons of current off of it, the ING3 is a really nice thing that you can hook up, because you hook up constant 12 volts ground and the remote out will trigger something on. But if the car isn't running, it's not doing anything. So I would be kind of curious as to what is turning on the amplifiers.
Yeah. All right. LC2I being kind of old tech now, at least the original.
Yeah.
What will be the best bass restoration today? DSP or Epicenter? And from which manufacturer? Price is not a problem.
So let's break this into a couple different things to kind of work our way through this question, because there's no like really quick answer for this. An LC2I is kind of old tech, but it was replaced a year and a half ago by the LC2I Pro, which is a redesign from the ground up. So not only do you have the LC2I Pro, features that it comes with over the irregular LC2Is, now it has load resistors built into it. It also has a light indicator where the AccuBass turns on and off, and it comes with a bass knob, and it's a new form factor and all that funness along with that. So along with the LC2I Pro, we also came up with an LC1I, and the LC1I is very similar to the LC2I Pro as far as the high level to low level configuration goes, and the fact that it has load resistors built into it. But it's a line driver instead of having AccuBass, so it does a totally different function, and it does not have a bass knob, but it'll do high level as well as line driving. Now, moving forward, we have a new product that just is now coming out. We've been talking about it for like 8 months now, which is the Epicenter Micro. The Epicenter Micro is built on that same platform, in that it has the load resistors built into it. It has high level built into it, and it is an Epicenter. So now you have these three high-end, high-level to low-level adapters built off of all new tech. This is the Epicenter Micro. And you notice the switches on there for the load resistance, as well as a bunch of other stuff. Now, the other question you asked, can you pull that one back up again? Mm-hmm. No, the question you just clicked off. I was keeping it up so I remembered what I was answering. Dude, you totally ruined it. So the next part of the question was as far as bass restoration goes. When we're looking at bass restoration, the Epicenter is bass restoration. The LC2I was bass roll-off, not restoration. So those are two totally different things. Roll-off is for inverted loudness, meaning that the factory radio has the loudness, which is bass and treble boost, and as you turn up the volume, the subwoofer starts to roll off, thus not giving you the impact you'd want when adding an aftermarket stereo. So AccuBass is designed to fix and flip that so that you get the continuation of bass all the way up through the volume knob. Epicenter is designed to do an octave shift. What it does is it looks at a signal an octave above it and takes all that energy and moves it down to the octave lower and gives you that impact there. It's what makes music that doesn't have bass sound like it has a ton of bass. So that technology still really hasn't been moved around. They've just put it in a new platform, put it on new chips and stuff like that. Now, what manufacturers make something similar to that? Of course, Kicker has Aftershock, which is built into what was built into the Q class amplifiers, no longer available, and also the KX amplifiers, no longer available. Phoenix Gold offers another device that is very similar, and I think one of the other Korean Chinese brands make something.
I mean, those guys offer too.
Who? Bass Restore. Wavetech has Bass Restore.
You know, they have that.
So there is one DSP that has a similar feature to this, which is the Helix. If you'd like to know more about that, which I'm not going to dig deep into because we're not a Helix there, and I don't totally understand the technology because I haven't had a chance to use it yet. It's only been explained to me, which is kind of what I'm doing for you. But when we did the interview with Jason Digos talking about the Match Up 7 for BMW, he talks about the restoration as well as the loudness controls that are built into the Helix, some of the Helix processors. So there is that. But yeah, I think that's it. As far as price being no problem, price is always a problem, man. Let's be realistic about it. So I hope that answers that question, or at least gets you looking in the right direction. Go.
What subwoofer setting is the best when using a DSP? Linkwitz Riley, Butterworth, 12 or 24 dB.
kind of depends on what you're doing. The two crossovers, Linkwitz Riley and Butterworth, are different styles of crossover. And most DSPs will have, like, they'll show you the angle of what's happening. And it has to do at the crossover point here where it goes down, is part of what separates them. But the two most popular crossover points or techniques you're going to use, or whatever you want to call it, is Butterworth 12 dB and Linkwitz Riley 24 dB. Now, a Butterworth 12 dB would be something you would use if you're going to, like, let's say you buy a passive set of passive 6.5s up front, meaning you got a 6 and a tweet, you're going to have a passive. You have a 6.5-inch coaxial in the rear and a 6x9 in the back. A 24 dB per octave crossover Butterworth, that's normal. That's usually what you get inside of a radio. Perfectly fine. Amplifiers are usually Butterworth 12 dB, so you're golden. Like, that's the most common. Like, sometimes it'll be set to 18. Now, if you're going to go full active, the 12 dB Butterworth isn't the one you want to go with, because what happens is there's, at the crossover point, meaning between the mid-range and the tweeter, where there's to do this, at the 12 dB, you can get a huge dip in the crossover points where they overlap and lose audio there. The solution for it is to, of course, flip the tweeter 180 degrees in phase to the mid-bass. But there again, now you could, if with a coaxial in the back, if the tweeters, you might have some cancellation there, so it gets really weird. So the easiest solution for that then is to pick the Linkwitz Riley 24 dB slope, because that alleviates that problem at the crossover point. Now, just so you understand, a Linkwitz Riley 24 dB crossover is actually two Butterworth 12 dB crossovers stacked on top of one another. Okay? Follow me on this train of thought. If you have a radio that's set to a Butterworth 12 dB and you have your amplifier set to 12 dB and it's a Butterworth, you have just created a 24 dB Linkwitz Riley crossover. So if you don't have a DSP and you are going full active and you want to make sure that everything lines up, sometimes you can do that, and it's a wonderful thing. But reality is you'd really want to just use a DSP with the Linkwitz Riley crossover. And hey, while we're talking about DSPs and crossovers, it's time to bring up our show sponsor. Go ahead and cancel that for a second. Let's go here.
No, right there.
I just want to, we'll come back to you. Our show sponsor, which you guys know and love, and we love them too, is not the Holy Land, although that's kind of funny. Audio Control. Audio Control, making great sound, or making good sound great, or great sound greater, depending on how you want to look at it. We'd like to thank Audio Control being a proud sponsor of the show. As we said, the Epicenter Micro, this guy right here, is available soon, which means it's up for pre-order.
Yeah.
Now, as much as I'd love you right now to go out and pre-order the piece, please don't. Please don't.
Wait.
Okay? Because we're not going to have a discount code, but we're going to have something equally as exciting.
Yeah.
But I can't talk about
really
it.
Nice.
I can't talk about it. I found out about it last night. It was a surprise to me, and I was like, yes, please, can we do that? So just hang on tight. But if you're interested in home audio, car audio, accessories, or anything like that, make sure you check out Audio Control.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You can find them at audiocontrol.com. Moving on to the next question.
Ah, man. It's all right. It's okay.
Pre-ordered mine a few days ago. It's okay,
Yeah.
man.
Hey.
You're still going to pay the same price.
Yeah, same price.
Same
no
price.
problem.
We just have something cool that, we're working on. Dean, have you considered making a Smash Force production t-shirt? I've totally considered making it. And then that's as far as it got. Mainly because when I think about doing this cool stuff, I kind of get stuck in like Sue syndrome. And what I mean by that is my wife, Sue, always has a habit of asking me to do something at the extreme wrong time. Like we'll be driving somewhere and she'll ask me to do something at the house.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen because I'm not at home. Or it's like 4 a.m. and she'll mention something that I can only do at like 2 p.m. So I think of these things at the time when I really can't do them. And so then they don't get done. So like right now we're trying to get an IRTA2 shirt made for Vegas. And if I don't make it in the next 2 or 3 days, then it's not going to get made in time for Vegas. That kind of suck. So it'll come. Some of the newer shirts actually have the Smash Force Productions logo on it already. Thank you for bringing the RTA to the market. Oh, hey, you're welcome. And if
Yeah.
you've ordered one, I want to thank you for doing it. For those of you that don't know, of course, Fernando has a cool pick right here. IRTA2 is an electrical RTA. We've talked all about it, and it is compatible with a DM RTA to offer 2-channel capability.
Yeah.
Which is, we actually added it in there because we're, big fans of the DM RTA. We use it a ton in our daily lives. And we wanted to make sure if we could make our tool, we could make their tool better. So we did.
Yeah.
By that, I mean we paid somebody. All right, your turn.
All right. Good evening. Much love from Trinidad. I'm installing 215's Digital Designs
DDs.
9915 SC
okay.
ESP and a Nissan
Y12.
What mids do you recommend? PRV audio, Timpano, or DS18?
You like it island style, man. I know that, baby. I know your guys. Yeah, I want island time. Or what is it? I want island sound, man. Give me the island sound.
Yeah.
I was actually just talking to a guy yesterday from Guyana. Anyways, he was
that part.
Much love for Trinidad. He was thrown out there. Anyway, so here's the thing. Wrong guy. I'm familiar with PRV. I've sat and I've listened to them. And I'm familiar with DS18 because we sat and listened to them. I don't know the other company, although I know believe it or not, we actually sell all 3 of them here.
Yes.
It's not my speed.
Yeah.
Do we stop selling PRV?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why, but
I don't either.
it's good.
If it comes down to who you know is who you recommend, I know the DS18 guys, and they are super cool dudes.
Yeah.
And so if it was me, I like to support my friends, so I would say DS18 because those guys are killing it a lot.
The time that I talked to Rob is like, I think
he's one of the head sales guys at DS18.
Yes, he always supports the customers. So anything that you guys need, just give him a call. And they have really nice tech support. So yeah.
Hi, Dean and Fernando. Saludos. Love your channel. I just asked the RTA 3 with Mike for final tuning, or why you decided not to design it for the reason there are mics that do it already. For one, there's mics that do it already. 2, when we started looking at, so here's how it went down. The engineer that designed the product for us was actually in the works of having somebody else make the product. And I said to him, hey, if that falls through, I would be interested in funding the project because I knew it was something that we could do something with, and that would change, or my hopes at the time were that it would change the industry as far as finally give people the ability to really get in and dig deep into the audio side of things and see this. So when the original deal fell through, we quickly changed tracks. There was a couple other features that were built into it that we decided to stay away from right now. Eventually, we'll probably go back to them. But it was when we looked at the price point that we needed it to be at, adding a microphone into the system, and we'd have to build op amps into it. It just got out of control. And then when COVID hit, it was like, no, this is off the board. This is way off the board. Plus, it was like, okay, so if I can buy an IRTA, if I can buy a audio control IRTA, an IRTA, or a U test mic. That's what I meant. If I can buy an iTest mic or a U test mic, for like $120,
yes,
and then this, I can't sell. I don't want to sell something for $500. Is really what it came down to. It makes no sense.
Yeah. Carlos, hey guys, I really appreciate what you guys do. Looking forward to your videos. Awesome, thank you. No, thank you, man.
Yeah, I feel like I give people too much information.
Yes.
Hey, late. No problem, El Fernandez.
Hey, man. Thank you for watching, buddy.
Dude, he looks just like his son.
Yeah.
Dude, they're like twins, just older.
Yeah. He stopped by. Yeah.
So for those of you following in the chat, Christian just picked up his IRTA yesterday. And of course, immediately he started putting, pictures, sending me pictures. So he's just going, he's just going crazy in his car, man. Like he's literally testing everything he can.
He's grabbing the alternator signal and then just like looking at it.
He's just going to town.
Lights, dim lights, everything.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Thank you, man. Thank you for.
Hey, that's the whole. Yeah, that's the whole idea.
Of course.
Thank you guys for your help. I'm more into home audio, so your help has helped me a lot to build my own car setup from the ground up. Question: what is the most fun car to do an audio install to? The one that left yesterday.
I think that for me
One
is
that's
the one.
done.
Yeah, for me is the one that you listen to it, that you are like sitting down, listen to, enjoying it, and you're like, okay, they actually
I
sound
think-
really good.
I agree with that. I think I would add that when we're doing a system and we know the result, like we know it's going to sound good.
Or better yet, when you sit down with the customer and the customer is like, oh wow.
Oh no,
man,
that's a
it's
fun
like,
feeling.
That's
I mean,
No.
that's the reward. But what I'm
As
saying
a
is
fun-
like when we're building something
Mhm.
and it's like we know that this is gonna just blow us away.
Mhm.
Like we know like the expectation that we've built around building this
Yeah.
system and getting it done and being able to sit in there and when I go to you, all right, man, it's your turn.
Yeah.
You know, and by that point I'm done. Like
Mhm.
I've got it and it's time for you to sit and listen to it. And the excitement level of like we finally crossed the not the finish line, but we're on the last lap.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we're just taking that victory lap right
Yeah.
now because the last lap is when the customer listens to it and drives away. But I don't think there's any specific car that is like, yeah, this is the one.
Well, I mean,
Because they all pose their pluses and
definitely
minuses.
as a work related, like how hard or how fun is. I feel the F-150s, like we already have that locked down. Like
Well, it's a
F-150s, we already
no-brainer.
know that
Yeah.
how it works and everything. So
Well, I mean, it's like, dude, we can close our eyes on an F-150,
And
a
a Jeep.
Tundra, a Porsche, a Jeep,
yeah,
a Honda Accords.
yeah.
Although I will say this one kind of kicked my butt a little bit, which was kind of nice. Go to 1, 2, 3, 4 there, just because I want to say this. How many remote start systems do you still have in stock? God, I hope none.
Oh, I have no.
He
idea.
may have some,
Yeah.
but we don't do any, so
Yeah.
I have no idea.
By the way, thank you for
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank
for
you.
the time.
Also, before you go, if you
Uh-huh.
didn't know, did you know Audio Control does home audio?
Really?
Yeah,
They
I
do?
already got it
Oh.
right here. I know because I have one of the receivers, but you know, he mentioned home audio. They make some of the baddest ass little home audio stuff out there. So
Wow. What do you
if
have?
I don't know. I have no idea which one I have.
I think you have.
I have the XR4.
There you go.
I have the XR4. So
Yeah.
yes, I'm sorry, I had to think about that. I don't know, man. I just
What do
use
you
it.
have? I have an audio control.
I have an audio
That's
control.
it.
Damn it! I turn it on. It sounds great. You know, it's fun.
What is a good 5-channel amplifier to put under the seat
Ooh.
on a 2008 Ford Expedition? I don't know if you have enough space
I
to
was
put
gonna
it
say.
under the seat in the Expedition.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, so the two smallest 5 channels that we deal with are. I'll just leave it at that, and you can kind of go from there.
Mhm.
Are the Kenwood Exelon 802.5. All right. It does not come with a bass knob, but you can add one to it if you need one. But the 802.5 is extremely small, as well as the Rockford T 1005, which is the small power T. So it's about the size of a carton of cigarettes. The wires come out of the end. There again, doesn't come with a bass knob. You can add one to it. But both of those are like the two smallest 5-channel amps that we play with. Another option for you
Mhm.
is if you didn't want to go in one piece,
Mhm.
is I would say look at Audio Control makes the ACM 4.300
Mhm.
and the ACM 1.300. They're both very tiny, and you can put them side by side. You can go longer, wires come off the ends, as well as if you're putting in a new radio. Pardon me, Alpine has their back behind the radio amplifiers.
Yep.
They make the 200.4 and the 200.1, which they're both small footprint things that can go up
Yeah.
behind the radio.
Yeah.
So something to think about there.
Definitely.
Backup cameras are the most fun to do.
Not
See, I
really.
told you, Fernando.
Not really. Not really. Have you guys ever changed the PS settings in the new generation Accord. I heard bypasses the DSP, but need validation with the IRTA too.
I mean, I didn't even know you could do that. If you
Uh,
have information on it and you could send me a link to a
me
story
know.
or a
Oh,
page or
yeah.
something like that, carstereotalk@yahoo.com would be the place. That is
That would be awesome.
carstereotalk@yahoo.com. And of course, we could always validate it. We have well, we just did one of 3 Honda Accords we have coming in over the
Mhm.
next couple weeks, so we'll have one in here. I don't know if we'll have another premium audio system, but what we have, I think one of the things that we figured out with the premium audio system by doing
Mhm.
some of the research and some people that have shared stuff with me, when it comes to like the Metro piece, I think the conclusion is like how, because you get the echo, it would stand to reason that if you're getting an echo after bypassing the amplifier, that more than likely the echo cancellation, and this is just our hypothesis, there's no way to prove it, that the echo is built. There you go, kicker key. Thanks, Jason. That's
Thank
another
you.
small one.
Yep.
Good one.
Thank you, buddy.
The only reason I didn't think about it is if you're replacing the radio, I don't know if I would do those two.
Yeah, everybody, look at that.
Yeah, okay, easy. All right, easy, guys. Yes, I know. That's what Haley has in her car. What I was getting at is with the Honda, we think that the premium audio system, the cancellation feature that would normally built into the radio for Bluetooth or CarPlay is built into the amplifier, which would make a lot more sense because the amplifier is handling all the processing. And that's why we're getting the problem with that, meaning like when you pull that amp, the echo cancellation is now gone. So we would either have to build a DSP with echo cancellation built into it, and or figure out a way to reprogram the radio back to amplify factory non-amplified system, but there might not have the processor built into it. So I think this is going to be one of those times like with the Accord where we're screwed. We're not going to be able to do anything before the amplifier. It's all going to have to be after the amplifier, and or somebody's going to have to come out with a DSP that has like Bluetooth calling built into it.
Right.
Kind of like the old Q class kickers. Like, hey, we had it 6 years ago.
No
one bought it.
Have you had any customer supply equipment install that really surprised you sound wise when you guys finish it? I have one.
Really?
Yeah. Remember the JL Audio 8-inch in the back of the truck?
Oh, the 250, the F250.
The F250. He drove from Georgia.
Yeah.
And when we saw it for the first time, it's like, dude, it's no way. This is like,
well, I mean,
you're gonna need a real sub. And he's like, no, this is perfectly fine. I really love how it sounds. And we're like, no, man. We turn it up, and it's like,
yeah.
Holy moly! Wow, that sounds
and that was
really
like
nice.
that was like the
perfect box,
crappiest built box I've ever seen. I mean, I think there was more liquid nail inside of that thing than there was wood.
I don't know.
It did sound really good. That's true. The other one I was going to say was when we did the Porsche Cayenne for the guy that bought all the Audio Frog with the VXI. He went with the VXI 8-channel.
And the Audio Frog,
Audio Frog, yes. That was like, I think that was either the first or second Audio Frog car we had done. And which I was super excited to do because I really like Audio Frog. I've heard cars, but we never actually done the install.
That was the GV60s.
Yeah, which is like the gold standard.
Top of the line,
yeah, they're really nice. So it was great to actually do that.
I like it.
And the VXI just beat the crap out of them, so it was really nice.
Hey guys, great show again. 2 4-ohm rated amplifier. However, I have a 3-ohm speaker. How much power will go through the speaker? It is a halfway between the 2-ohm or 4-ohm rating power.
So in the past, it would have been real easy to say, yeah, it's halfway between the two. But currently, there's some math you could probably do, but you'd have to factor in the efficiency of the amplifier along with the power consumption of the amplifier, and then build 2 equations, one for 2-ohm, one for 4-ohm, figure out how they got from, meaning answer for Y, as it were, or X, as they say. And then once you've figured out the formula that they use to get their efficiency rating or their power output, because sometimes these guys use some really screwed up math, and then you can find the exact number you're looking for. But what I would say is more than likely, if it puts out, let's say 50 watts at 4 ohms and 75 watts at 2 ohms, you're going to be somewhere in that 60 watt range. So no, it's more than one, but less than the other. And it's honestly, it's not that important because your speaker more than likely will be able to handle it if properly crossed over and the gain is set the way it's supposed to be.
All right. 21 Tundra JBL put a DMX 906S that I have. I just keep factory head unit.
Oh, put in the 9906 that I have, or keep the factory head unit.
Okay.
9 channels, active, DSP, either way. What would be best for SQ? Full audio frog, front three-way, coaxial. So I'll answer it like this. Put the radio in if you can tolerate it, which I would, because it's a 2021. If
sure.
Metro has the dash kit and the harness for that.
nice.
However, if you don't want to, Amp Pro obviously makes the Amp Pro now for that, which I think is the version 2. Anyways, they make the Amp Pro for that. The thing you have to keep in mind when using an Amp Pro, no matter what car you use it on, is though it gives us a preamp, it strips the EQ away and gives us the best possible signal. But what is left off of that statement every time is from a factory head unit. And why that's important is that though it will give us the cleanest we can get, if the factory head unit sucks, meaning it's like signal to noise ratio is bad, its preamp level output is no good, it has high noise floor, it's just not a great preamp section, so to speak, then even using an Amp Pro, we're only can be as good as our weakest link. So yes, if you're looking for the best of the best, thank you, sir, then the 906 might be the way to go. However, when buying your DSP, you could possibly, let's say you did like a Helix with a conductor. You can add in a Bluetooth module, okay, or a streaming high-res module that you could then control master volume from the conductor and just use that device fed into that for ultra high res or, whatever it is you want. Keep in mind, though, when you do that, you will lose like any noises that are made from the radio. So like Bluetooth calling will go away. The backup sensors are through the radio. They'll go away. So there is trade-offs. And as we've always said in car audio, it's just one big trade-off after the next to get wherever you're trying to go. So you got to figure out which ones work best for you. Dean, what's the chances of you sharing your curve setting or money? I don't know if it's really a curve setting. I could draw it on a sheet of paper. I mean, the thing of it is I change it frequently for the customer that I'm dealing with and the speakers that we're using.
That's what I feel, that every car you don't grab
modify
just
a little bit differently.
Exactly.
No, like the car this morning for your guy, the Toyota. He
totally different.
He got a different curve because like we get in there and listen to the Latino channel here in the area. I know what he wants. And it ain't what I want, but so I tune differently for that. And if it's somebody like me, meaning my whatever I look like, typically old white guy music, I'll tune even a little bit differently for them. So as opposed to what I would listen to, because we've done enough cars where we can kind of feel people out. That sounds weird, and figure out what they want. But I mean, we start and then we move, I guess. But
all right, F-150 regular cab,
Morel
Supremo 602 passive with a bridge amplifier.
Wow, yeah, MPS 400.
Active with audio control D4.800.
Active with audio control D4.800. Yeah. Oh, it's Supremos though. No, I'd still want to go active. That's 120 watts a channel. I mean, that's plenty of power. Because I think the MPS bridge is only like 150. So I mean, we're only 30 watts shorter, which at the end of the day really isn't going to change much. But we're going to go full active with it's not even a question.
I would go
D4, yeah, full active D4.800. Yeah, that's not even like no, totally.
No.
Yeah, I would never do that.
Good location, good ground location in a 2000 Mustang GT.
I think there's a factory ground point at the very back of the car. There's at least a stud there that can be used as a factory ground point. And or anywhere along there's a couple ground points. Once you pull the carpet back, there are a couple ground points along there as well. Factory ones.
Yeah.
I got a question. When did the first cars come out that you could not replace the radios in? 90s Infinities? Well, I mean, Mercedes-Benz has always been kind of sucky. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be one of those. I
What
honestly
about
don't remember. But see, a lot of those cars now, you can change the radios in.
the Acura,
Which one?
the MDX, something like that, or
Um,
the Volvo?
I did Volvos
Yeah.
back then, though, man.
Yeah?
I would bury the radio in the trunk so you keep all your sensors and stuff. It was a pain in the ass. I mean, it wasn't a lot of those. It wasn't that you couldn't. It was just that like it just was such a pain in the ass to build the dash for. But I think I mean, definitely is the 90s is when it started. But a lot of those 90s now we have dash kits for. So
Yeah.
we laugh because it's like, God, like I was saying the other day, I
Yeah.
remember how many of these I had to make, and now it's just a piece of plastic I can go buy for $20.
Yeah.
You know, instead of spending half my life.
You don't seem to have a JBL instas like amplifiers or subwoofers. Will be amazing if they make car radios.
JBL tried to make car radios. They tried really hard to make car radios, and it didn't work out for some reason. We had a guy send us one, and we had to wire up a harness and send it back to him. Turned out to be a real headache. I think their company bought all the JBL stuff when JBL was making radios. You know, it's JBL. I don't know. I think they're more interested in factory stuff more so than us hanging out here in the aftermarket world.
What's up, guys? Any tips to setting the gains for a 3-way active setup? I have an audio control D6 1200. Just seems like 120 watts. It's a lot for the tweeters and mid-range. Thanks.
It is a lot. And
That's
typically what happens is when I'm setting up a D6 1200 or a D4.800 for something like this where I'm going to go full active, I actually start in the input section of the amplifier at -6 dB. So I'm already starting. I'm below 0. So here's 0. I'm going -6 back. The other thing too is you want to keep in mind when adjusting your EQ curve, don't go up, go down. Always pull down, especially on things like tweeters and mid-range. Mid-bass, you can kind of get away with it. But if you do have to go up, +3 is usually the farthest I'll ever go, and I'm already 6 dB down, so I'm not really doing much of any. You know, it's not like I'm hurting things, but you just have to keep them when you're done and you're starting to move up the gain, which it does have a peak light on the amplifier, so we'll tell you when it's like stop. You know, you have to keep that in mind where that's at.
Yeah.
Do I like polka? No.
Really?
No, it's not my thing.
Dude.
I mean, it makes me want pretzels. You know, pretzels and expensive mustard.
Yeah. I'll be here on Monday. You'll not be here.
Oh,
You're
we
not
won't
gonna
be here on Monday.
Yeah.
We won't be here Monday. I'm actually taking Monday off to go to do Dean stuff. So I'm going to Disney.
Exactly.
Going to Disney with Ada.
I'm trying to pick all these questions.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
get related.
Go to where it says new comments, and then right behind that one right
This
there.
one?
Yeah, click on that one. I got my RTA this week. What's your favorite app to use? I like to use the Studio 6 RTA app. It is a paid-for app. Most of the good RTA apps you do have to pay like $3 or $4 for. I think that one might be 5 or 10.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you this. There's no one perfect app. You're going to find apps that work better with other apps that work better at certain things, which is what we found. Like the most universal of them is the Studio 6 RTA app.
Mm-hmm.
The one tip I will give you is that when you're looking at it, if you put your fingers on the side and you do this, it will expand out the range, which can be very helpful because when the numbers are tight together, sometimes you don't see the subtle variations.
You have to,
and then you're like, what the
Don't get scared.
Yeah, don't get scared because we got scared.
Like, what's
but
going
yeah,
on?
I like the Studio 6 one.
Yeah. All right.
I'm having trouble with setting my gains for my sub with my new Kenwood 10-inch head unit. Bass extension on or off. Ooh, bass extension. Most people don't know what Kenwood's bass extension is. Basically, it's like it's like a filter that they put in there for the front and rear outputs it's like a crossover. It's basically like a crossover, and it limits when you're using the EQ, the subwoofer bands on the EQ to affect the mid range. So like if you're adjusting like 80 and below on the EQ, it's just affecting the subwoofer and not the mid range, which is kind of cool. So it's like having your own little subwoofer EQ. But as far as setting the gains go, that's a 5-volt output. So turn your gains all the way down, turn the radio's subwoofer volume up to about 5, and you're going to be at about negative 8 dBs of overlap at that point. If you go all the way up to negative 10 on the subwoofer, you'll be at negative 10 dBs more than likely on the amplifier. So turn the gains all the way down.
Yeah.
Turn the gains all the way down, turn the EQ sub level all the way up. And at max level, you'll be tapped out, man, because that thing's putting out a ton of voltage.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Oh, Fernando.
Thank you for buying it.
I think yours went out today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his went out today.
Okay.
Because she went to the post office this morning. To
Very
drop
cool.
off some-
Dean does stuff. Nah, he's just reading out of the thing.
I know nothing.
You know,
I'm just here for the
Jon
popcorn.
Snow.
Hi guys, I'm having trouble trying to figure out where to install my Kicker CX 1200.1, the Epicenter, and the LC2i Pro in a 2020 Corolla. No kidding, right? Yeah, that's a tough one. Maybe the side. You know, like when you're in your trunk, put just side, put one on each side. You know, move. It gets real creative. It's funny you say that. It's actually what's sitting right over the side here. Is for this F-150 is his giant 3K and Epicenter. And
I don't know. Maybe you have
underneath the seat.
Underneath the seat, yeah. You just gotta run.
I mean, put the amp underneath one, and then so put like
because the 1200.1, it's kind of big.
Yeah,
you know,
and the wires come off the ends. Kind of maybe put the LC2i and the Epicenter up underneath the driver's seat, and then mount the amplifier off in the side panel of the trunk, on the driver's side.
I would be in the driver.
Well, did I say passenger? Yeah, I meant driver. My bad. I guess,
yeah.
So, but okay, put the underneath. There you go.
Yeah. What's going on?
Just this show. You know, it's almost over. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because that means our weekend finally begins. All right, last question.
Are any amplifier dynos coming up soon?
As a matter of fact, yes. Yes. So
yes.
Because we're gonna go back and we're gonna we have all right. So a couple of inside baseball things before we go. We have a bunch of amp dynos we have to do for Kenwood. Every now and then you'll see a stack of subwoofer of boxes that look like subwoofer boxes. I mean, just brown boxes sitting next to the table over here. It's filled with Kenwood amplifiers, and we have to dyno them all. And we have to do that like really soon.
And then now.
Yes. And we also are going to dyno the Ground Zero
GZ
uranium amplifier that you guys saw this week. It's currently we're going to dyno it and put that video up here real soon. So we have a busy week for us next week, which really sucks because
hey, that's what we do.
I know. So yes, there will be dynos coming soon. We didn't want to we didn't want to put a ton of we got it to do it. But we don't want to just hey, here's another dyno video, and here's another dyno video, and here's another, and guess what? Here's another, because that's Derek's.
Have a great weekend, Jason.
You guys have a great weekend too.
Yeah.
Take us for vacation. If you do come to Florida, make sure that you make reservations at Disney World. Because you cannot just walk up and buy tickets anymore. You have to have in-park reservations. Joy. And with that, guys, it's Saturday night. Yes, we hope you guys go out and have a lot of fun. We'd like to thank Audio Control, of course, for sponsoring the show. And hey, man, if you want to look like Fernando and actually, wear a 5-star shirt, unlike we're both doing now, you can head over to dnfswag.com. That is dnfswag.com. Here we have a ton of stuff. Christian showed up the other day wearing a hoodie. Scared us to death.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Do you have? You do. Okay.
And
then we have the home of the IRTA2 is DNF Tool Drawer or Dean and Fernando's Tool Drawer. So there it is, the IRTA2. You can click on that. However, if you want to just have cool tools that we use in all our installs, go back.
Yeah, of course.
Right there. Click any one of these links and it'll take you to the stuff we use. So if you're like, dude, where do I get ferrules? You can click on install stuff. and it'll show you right where to go to order a bunch of ferrules. You can make your installation super sexy and, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, go forth, be merry, have a wonderful weekend. We will not be here Monday. I apologize for trying to have just
having fun.
Just a segment of a life, not much of one, but just a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll be back all next week with 5 minutes of 5-star on Instagram. I got nothing else. If you're gonna go out and party and have fun, Uber, Lyft, they're cheap. Be safe, be fun. We'll see you next week, guys. And at that point, it's fade to black.
Bye, guys.